Hello, and welcome to No Such Thing as a Bad Movie podcast. I'm April Admansky, and I'm here today with...
Justin.
I forgot to do a spooky name. Colin.
Oh shit, is this going to be playing in October?
Yes, it is.
Oh god, no.
It's October 1st.
Colin Candyman Cunningham.
There you go. Colin
I'll be-
appropriating things once again.
I'll be April Mad Scientist Admansky.
Oh, boy.
To go with our new artwork that is going to be on Twitter today.
Are you a mad scientist in that?
Yeah, we have some spooky Halloween artwork. I'm a Wolfman. April's a mad scientist. What is Colin?
A Dracula.
I think I'm a Dracula.
Courtesy
An older
of,
gentleman.
Yeah.
Corey Trim, who did our
An
regular
older,
artwork.
undying gentleman.
He did us a little extra Halloween artwork, which is very adorable.
Yeah, I think I laughed out loud when I saw you as the Wolfman because I was like, "What? Of course
you're
he's
like
going to be."
ripping open your shirt.
Yeah, and I could actually just hear you going, "Oh."
Which I tend to do. I mean, that's not me. That's my wolf form that goes out.
No,
Man, we haven't had
you do that every time I meet you.
a wolfy episode since that one we did Curse of the Wolf and American Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah, it's like,
Check it out. But no, today we're not talking about wolfmen. We're talking about gargoyles, demons, and a Frankenstein.
and a Frankenstein.
Wait, all of them together? Is this some
Yes.
kind of beautiful dream?
What kind of underworld movie is this?
It's I, Frankenstein from 2008.
No, 2014.
Holy shit! Okay, or as they say on French iTunes, "Moi Frankenstein."
It does, that made us laugh just because it looked funny. So this was my pick. I mentioned it last week.
Why?
I remember this being a lot funnier than
I remember it
was.
being cheesier too.
I don't know if we were just in the mood at the time, or I remember laughing a lot at it. And while it is ridiculous, has some funny moments. Kind of reminded me of Van Helsing a lot.
You take that out of your mouth. Van Helsing is 100 times this movie.
It's like Van Helsing if you took all the fun out of it.
Yes,
Van Helsing
exactly.
was annoying a lot.
Van
And
Helsing was
really
over,
long.
Yeah, it was over long. I should
This
say.
movie
this is-
doesn't have enough swinging.
No, it doesn't have any. Well, no,
it has no mandolin.
No swinging.
Oh, yeah,
It does
that's
have,
right.
I think it was the all the flying things in the air.
Yeah.
They reminded me of Van Helsing, and it also has the exact same thing at the end.
The exact same plot, pretty
It does
much.
have a very similar plot.
Wait,
yes.
did I miss it? Is there like a ghost face that appears in a cloud that's like...
Not that the reanimating of
Yeah.
things. Yeah. Anyway, I Frankenstein.
Every movie should end with like a ghost face and a cloud. I think.
Yeah, just smiling and winking?
Yeah,
Especially
regardless of the
a
movie.
Scream movie like the Ghost Face Killer.
The ghost face appears in the clouds? You're like...
Yeah.
Somebody had posted we'd watched like Midnight Run a few months ago, or I don't know, whatever, and then somebody had posted something on Twitter saying the Midnight Run music, the end credit music, makes any end of the movie better. So they would like putting it to like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Did someone do that with Van Helsing?
Oh, I was hoping
No.
that somebody had put Charles Grodin's face in a cloud at the end of Midnight Run.
No, that would be amazing. But they're just like, check out the scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're wheeling the crate into the big warehouse, like da 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 dun 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 da da da.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know how we got there.
What does
but-
that have to do with I Frankenstein? Okay, so this movie is unfortunately a little on the boring side.
A little.
Yeah, it's very dull.
Also
It's
on the
not
visually
even about
unappealing side, and the what was anyone doing the thinking side.
Yeah. Oh, so who directed this and who wrote it?
It's Stuart Beattie, and he's the name sounded familiar. He's written like a million movies. He wrote Collateral, Michael Mann's Collateral. I think he wrote all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Nope, only he has story on The Curse of the Black Pearl. It was the two Terrys that wrote the pirate movies.
I could swear that he has credits on like all three or the first three.
Well, maybe he was just like a story consultant or something.
Yeah, because the
Could have been.
screenplay is credited to Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio.
oh, weird.
Yeah, story by is not screenplay, right? It's considered.
That
a
probably
separate
means that
credit.
he wrote like a very early draft of it.
Oh, Oh, interesting.
Or
okay.
elements of his Black Pearl story are in the sequel, so they had to credit him.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
about.
I just assumed it was writing.
But he
so-
did write Baz Luhrmann's Australia. We all love Australia, right?
Okay, Justin, have you seen that? Because I have no idea what the fuck that movie is.
I've watched like 20 minutes of it, and I'm always like, this is fun. That's another
Is
like.
it a musical?
No, it's not. It's supposed to
didn't
be
think
like
so.
Baz Luhrmann's Gone with the Wind. That was like the whole
weird.
idea.
Okay, I thought it was going to be his like Oklahoma if it was singing. in it.
No, if it was a musical, I'd be all in, but it's not.
Oh, I hate Baz Luhrmann movies.
Yeah, I mean, sidebar. I tried to watch The Great Gatsby the other day, and I couldn't get past the first 5 minutes.
Oh, The Great Gatsby.
I was physically ill
You just shitting
because there were
from
too
watching
many
The Great
cuts.
Gatsby?
Yeah, I was in the
Too
back room
many
reading,
cuts.
and I just heard vomiting into a bucket.
All right, so Aaron Eckhart is sexy Frankenstein.
Wait. It's not Tom Jane? What's going on?
I mentioned that this.
No,
this
is Christopher Lambert. Clearly,
reminded me a little bit of the Tom Jane.
I love Christopher Lambert. If he was in this, he'd bring some of that magic that he brought to
That
Beowulf.
would be so good.
Have you seen
Then it would be-
Beowulf?
Punisher.
Then it would be moi Frankenstein.
Yeah. Wait.
He's too old.
Wait,
guys.
yeah, I wanted to talk about Beowulf, guys. You haven't seen the telling of Grendel, but with that Mortal Kombat soundtrack on it, and Christopher
Really?
Lambert doing tons of backflips? Yeah.
Get out. Well, he's not doing the back.
Well, no, he's not. Yeah, but the
Maybe.
whole soundtrack is by I
Technically
think
not.
one of the Mortal. It's like
Oh my god.
yeah, 1999 Beowulf. Maybe he'll be coming to this podcast soon.
Are you saying this is not the CG Beowulf?
Oh man. Oh, the Robert Zemeckis one.
Yeah.
No.
Different movie.
No, completely different. Directed by the guy. I think his only other credit is, Alien Nation, the one where it's about racism, but with aliens.
The one that James Cameron wrote.
Oh, did he?
The movie.
Huh. I did not know that. All right. Well,
don't
getting
even
back
know
to
what
I
this-
Frankenstein, Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
There's not a lot to talk about in this movie.
No.
All right. Well,
Where is it?
okay. So Aaron Eckhart was having a moment.
I like him in Thank You for Smoking.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, he was good.
that was the thing
Yeah.
that like propelled him into.
Everybody who
stardom,
made that
right?
I don't
movie
think
only
so,
got to
no.
make one good one. Aaron Eckhart,
Yeah.
Jason
But
Reitman.
even-
Wait. Was that
Even-
before Dark Knight?
Yeah.
no,
but
I
he-
think it was after. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank You for Smoking was 100% before Batman.
Yep. Emily is correct. April is correct.
It was before.
No, yeah, it was before. Dark Knight,
It was
2008.
before, yeah.
Thank You for Smoking, 2005.
Okay.
That's right.
But
And
then-
even I've seen that movie.
But he was in a Neil LaBute movie, which I think was like his first.
In The Company of Men.
Yeah, that was his breakout role,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I can never look at him as like a good guy because he is such a piece of shit.
he was
in
a
that
bad
movie.
guy in that.
Oh, yeah.
He's just such a reprehensible person, and I cannot see him as a good
Is that
guy.
the movie where they kill a prostitute?
No.
No, you're thinking of very bad things.
Very bad things. That's a Peter Berg movie.
So no Aaron Eckhart in that.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Eckhart was also, he's an Aaron Brockovich. He plays like the romantic lead in that.
Yeah.
And he's like a dirtbag in that.
Isn't
Like
he
he's
like the
got like
motorcycle
long
dude?
hair and like a denim vest. I totally forgot.
Oh man, his poor Aaron Eckhart. Listen to
He's
these
like
movies he's been in. The Core. Remember The Core?
Oh yeah, the core.
Yes, although I don't believe I've seen
What?
that.
You're not a big fan of Hilary Swank, Delroy Lindo? I mean, that guy's
Lindo.
great. And wait, isn't the guy that was in The New Guy in that movie? Or am I thinking of something else?
DJ Qualls?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
DJ
was.
Qualls.
Yeah, he was.
Oh my
We're gonna
God.
hack. Wait,
He is
Yeah,
not
isn't it
front
We're
billed
Gonna
on the IMDb page.
no,
Is
yeah.
the core of the movie where he's like, I was right there.
I was right
could
there."
have saved her.
Yes.
Him.
Yes.
I thought that was Tom.
And they
Jane.
all die, and then DJ Qualls is like, "I'm gonna tell everyone," because he's like a hacker.
Well, I will say that I think Aaron Eckhart is a very good actor.
He's fine.
I prefer Tom Jane, but Tom Jane is like checking out. He's in DTV movies. He'll just do
Yeah.
anything, even though he is in good stuff now.
What's that new Bruce Willis one that he's in? It's like a sci-fi movie.
but he
He's
was
in
in Money
multiple new
Plane.
Bruce Willis movies.
There's several. on
Yeah,
the
Aaron
calendar.
Eckhart, like, he can't get a win, man, because I'm looking
No.
here. The Rum Diary, Battle Los Angeles. Oh,
I worked on Battle Los Angeles.
ooh, coming soon. The Black Dahlia.
Oh, yeah.
no,
He
He
was
stars in that. Suspect Zero, Paycheck.
I don't know like any of these.
I could not get through Battle Los Angeles. Like I literally could not.
That director of Battle Los Angeles, he is like infamously bad. Like he has not made one good movie.
What else did he do?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films, the first one. Darkness Falls, Wrath of the Titans.
Darkness Falls.
Yeah, just awful
crap.
stuff.
All right. Well, there you go. Poor Aaron Eckhart. Yeah, he's one of those guys that just, like you said, he just can't catch a break.
Well, it's like I said, he had a moment. Thank You for Smoking kind of brought him, I think, a little bit of fame. And then the biggest thing was The Dark Knight. And while he's not who I would choose for Harvey Dent, Christopher Nolan definitely had an idea for that character, and I think
Who would you choose for Harvey Dent, April?
Tom Jane.
Maybe no, somebody who's more like bigger and kind of thuggish, because that's what I saw in the cartoon.
Huh? Is he? I thought Harvey Dent. The whole idea is he's supposed to be like a slick DA.
Slick, but like. Aaron Eckhart kind of looked like a stiff wind would blow him over in that role, and it was hard to take him seriously as the mean.
You needed Billy
Two-Face.
D. Williams, which they set up in Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, or just somebody who has a little more.
I'm going to
heft.
shine a light on this nest of vipers.
Somebody who after they snap is more threatening. That's just all.
Well, he did have half his face burned off, so.
Yeah, but like, what's scary about that?
I don't know.
He looks scary.
Yeah. Well, you can only see one side of his chin cleft, so.
Yeah, he lost some of his power.
Well, also in this movie is Miranda Otto and Bill Nighy. Now.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. And Jai Courtney, who
I
completely forgot. I already seen this movie before.
Forgot he was
and
in
we
it.
forgot he was in it.
He's not terrible in this.
I mean, he's got nothing to do. None of these people have anything to do.
No, this whole movie is like nobody has anything
Let's
to do.
jump in, and then we can have a little bit of plot, and then we can wander off as we have to struggle through this.
Yeah, let's talk about something else, because man, this movie
is
Dull City.
But it opens, and it's like, you remember Frankenstein. Look, you can see all the scenes from the book where he goes to the Arctic and the doctor dies, and then
it's just like the very end of the book.
You know what you like? Demons and gargoyles. And it's like, huh?
like,
what?
Where the hell is this coming out? And you're like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. This feels like an Underworld movie.
I am shocked
you're kind of right
that this movie came out more than 10 years after Underworld.
Yes, written by the same person.
Oh, really? I did not know.
Yes, it seems like it's part of, like it was the same script.
Bill Nighy's head of security, the black guy with the really deep voice. He's the guy who wrote this movie, and he wrote the
Underworld.
Yes, he wrote the Underworld movies and wrote a graphic novel, I, Frankenstein, and then wrote the script as well. His name is Kevin Grieveux. I think that's how you pronounce it.
The thing is, like, Frankenstein as a superhero, it's not a terrible idea.
There are so many versions of it. The Wachowskis wrote a comic of it called Doc Frankenstein.
I mean, he's in Van Helsing too.
Yeah, but he's kind of lame.
I'm just saying.
Van Helsing.
Okay, it was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde that was in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
Yes,
but it's
that's
a
true.
similar idea.
Right. Grant Morrison even wrote a Frankenstein as a superhero story for DC Comics.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
So it's like, should not be hard.
It is public domain. So.
Yes, that's true.
That's true as well. But
I free.
I mean, like, this doesn't have the love story that Underworld has. The Romeo
Is that
and
what
Juliet.
made Underworld, that Scott Speedman love story that I think he gets killed like in the third one off screen. No, the fourth one off screen.
Okay, I've only seen the first one. And all I remember
Me too.
is in the very last act, he turns into like some like pitch black vampire.
He's like
hybrid.
a vampire werewolf hybrid.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, this seems like...
And they're called lichens.
The lichens and the vampires, but this seems like exactly just cut from the same...
Yeah, but there's no there's no like demon gargoyle love story.
Okay, wait. I just want to jump into it because Frankenstein buries his master or creator, and he gets attacked instantly by demons. And then by gargoyles.
Yeah, the gargoyles.
They're just hanging out. They're close to each other.
They're watching. So like this whole movie takes place, it seems like within 2 blocks in I guess Switzerland.
We
It's
don't
supposed to
know
be
where
Geneva.
it is.
It's implied that if you read the novel, it's in Geneva, Switzerland.
Okay.
So, but they never
Finally
say
know.
it.
We were like, is it London? Is it Paris? Is it Rome? We
could
thought it was
be-
Notre Dame.
Wait,
Yeah, it's like
but who are your favorite characters in the gargoyles? Is it Ophir or Keziah? Is it Queen Leonore
Ophir.
or Gideon?
Or Gideon. We called him Wolf Ear.
And then he was killed off very early. And
Yeah.
so then there were just like no characters left we even knew.
It feels like there's 10 people in this movie.
There is
and,
no one on the streets
and 2 locations.
except for a subway scene where I'm like, ooh, people.
Yeah, there's like, it takes place, there's like a cathedral, which the gargoyles live in, and then Bill Nighy's, I'm just calling it Nighy's Castle.
Yeah, he's the prince of the demons.
The Prince of the Demons. And I swear to God, the entire movie just takes place with the characters going from one place to another.
Yeah, so there's the cathedral, Bill Nighy's office, and then under his office is the lab. And then we briefly are in I, Frankenstein's shitty apartment. And that's it.
Which is just like scaffolding everywhere.
No, it's like an abandoned, ugly house where that's like the walls are
Guys,
peeling and it's leaking.
We shouldn't call him Frankenstein. He's given a name, Adam.
True.
Adam.
It's Adam.
Miranda Otto from Lord of the Rings gives him a name. I shall give you a name because your master didn't. Adam.
And then
she
she's like,
takes pity
will
on
you
him,
join
I
us to join the gargoyles to fight the demons?
And he's like, okay.
He's like, what the fuck is going
No,
on?
he says no.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he says,
so
I
they-
don't want to fight. And then it's like, and then 200 years passed. And it's like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
And he's clearly been fighting them this whole time.
It's so funny. There's a shot of him. Well, they're like, oh, fine, you can go, but we're gonna take you to our weapons room, and it's like the only thing that can kill demons are weapons that have this insignia on it, and it's like the gargoyles insignia. It's just like a cross with like 3 horizontal bars on it. Whatever.
Yeah, and it's overused.
It's important in this movie because it's overused.
You see it in every scene. It's on everyone's outfits. It's on their necklaces. It's
Yeah.
on the church. It's on their weapons.
So they're like, take whatever weapon you want. And he takes these 2 big staffs or whatever.
Like they look like 2 baseball bats.
Yeah, and then the guy goes, surely you don't want these. These are blunt instruments. They're hard to wield.
He's like,
He's like,
no, I mean he doesn't grunt. He just sounds like
Aaron Eckhart.
Like
He's
a
just like,
regular
yeah,
Aaron
I'm a
Eckhart,
blunt
yeah.
instrument.
no, he kind of grunts like every line in this movie. It's like, every line is said like
reminds me
this.
a little bit of The Witcher. You know how The Witcher is always like.
Does he?
I only saw the first episode. But come on, you watched that show. Wasn't there a supercut of him like doing that?
Oh, he goes,
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
I think that's from the video games.
Oh no.
I mean, so
Henry
Frankenstein wanders into the world. We don't know what
I
happens.
think you mean Frankenstein's monster.
No, he was created by Frankenstein, so he's his son, so he can also be called Frankenstein.
As soon as April said I wanted to I Frankenstein, I said, I think you mean I Frankenstein's monster.
And then we threw Colin out the window, and he was like, ah!
Why does this keep happening?
He turned into his gargoyle form and flew away.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah.
People turning into gargoyles.
There's a
and
lot of
flying
CG in this
away.
movie. So yeah, he goes into the woods to hide for hundreds of years, it seems, because there's a cross dissolve where his hair gets cut. It's like,
And 200 years later, I finally got a haircut.
finally got a haircut. And then he comes to like modern day, I guess, Switzerland or something like that. And he goes into a nightclub and he's wandering around this nightclub and he's like, some things haven't changed.
And everyone's just looking at him.
yeah, they're giving him like, what the hell is this guy
They're
doing?
not even giving him like the stink eye though. They're just kind of noticing him.
Well, they're kind of just like, what is this monster that's come into our nightclub? But it's like, if he walked into a nightclub, looking like Aaron Eckhart.
He just has like a few thin scars on his face.
Yeah.
He barely looks like a monster.
Yeah.
He really doesn't at all. People would think he looks cool as hell.
Oh, yeah. They'd be like, who the fuck is this guy?
Like
all
there's-
the girls would be buying
There
him
is
drinks.
no way, shape, and form that he
He
looks
is
like
not
a
the
reanimated
beast,
corpse.
but the beauty.
Exactly. This might be the sexiest Frankenstein I've ever seen, and I don't
Whoa,
even find Aaron
whoa, whoa. What
Eckhart
about Robert De
attractive.
Niro and Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein?
I I think maybe we should have done that movie.
Yeah,
I
it's-
regretted that halfway through.
It's
watching
definitely
this.
funnier. So he goes in and he's like, all right, I'm sick of these like being pursued by these demons, so I'm gonna go out and pursue them. He just waits.
Become a demon hunter.
He waits 200 years, to decide that. So he goes to a nightclub and then immediately sees these demons. Some demon like going out to the back alley, he follows them. They get in a fight. There's a lot of fighting in this movie.
Yeah, but
so
it's kind of
boring,
boring.
too.
Yeah, it's not really shot that interestingly.
And it's
not
mostly
like the
just
worst,
Frankenstein
but-
smacking them and then blowing up like they're in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah,
they kind of. It's like funny because when the gargoyles die, they have like a ray of light that goes into the sky. They ascend.
It's the blue
and
laser.
then the demons kind of descend into hell, like in this kind of fiery swirl. Which is
Yeah,
kinda neat.
fire swirl, fire smoke swirl.
Wait, are you
Thanks,
doing like a
April.
Rain Man bit, April? I don't know if that's politically correct.
That's what it looks like.
I've got five swirls.
No, don't do it, Colin.
That's not appropriate.
No, I'm doing Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, okay, doing whatever he's doing in Rain Man.
So yeah, I get, and then so he fights these people in like a back alley or something like that, and then he chases down one of the demons, and then the demon runs into like Bill Nighy's castle, which we don't know it, and then Frankenstein's about to run in, and then one of the gargoyles grabs him. This fucking happens so many times in this
They're
movie.
scooping him up.
Yeah, he's like a little
Yeah,
baby. He's like, I
they
like
scoop
it.
him up.
Take me in your strong gargoyle hands.
Yeah, so he kind of disappears, and then we introduce to Bill Nighy. Well, I guess April's favorite actress. What's her name?
Yvonne Stranovovich or whatever her name is.
Yvonne Stravosky. She was from the Tomorrow War. And April had a huge issue with her for some reason.
She ruins everything she's in.
Wait, why does April hate her? I forget. Why are we talking?
I don't know.
She ruined Dexter. She was in the last season of Dexter, and as soon as she came
I
in,
think the
it
writing
was
probably
horrible.
ruined Dexter, not the presence of
not
her.
the
I've
actress's
traced it back,
fault.
and she was like, listen to how she speaks. Like her,
Oh, it's
her
a terrible
accent
British
is terrible.
accent.
I would not know she's not British if you
Isn't she
wouldn't, like-
Australian? I feel like
She's
we've had. Yeah, she's Australian.
but I couldn't tell. My point is, she's fine in this movie. And I'm like, April, really, what is the root of your problem with her? And
I can't explain
it all came back
to
to
you
Dexter.
unless you saw Dexter.
Again,
I'm
it's the
sorry.
writing. It's not her performance.
I
Doesn't he
know,
end up
but
as like a woodsman at the end with a big little fake beard?
The point is, she comes in and she acts.
But she's a
I can't
woodsman?
I can't get
I
into
wish.
it, but just the way that Dexter acts towards this character bothers me.
Again,
Okay.
And it
that's the
ruined the
writing.
show.
It's not her performance.
Yeah, April will continue to hold a grudge against this
The
actress.
show was already going downhill at that point.
So why do you
It
blame
wasn't-
her?
I don't know. But again, everything I see her in is bad. But
Justin,
I mean,
we were watching
she's
this, and she
okay.
could not stop talking about her.
Wait,
Oh,
wasn't she in
fucking
Chuck? I
accent.
remember liking Chuck.
I never saw Chuck. She was in the new Predator movie, but in a very, very thankless role. She was kind of barely in it.
You probably thought she sucked in that as well.
I get her confused with Abby Cornish. They kind of look alike.
I feel in this movie.
Abby Cornish is pretty good.
Do you
I feel
watch
like
The
she's-
Handmaid's Tale? She's in that too.
No, I couldn't. It's too sad.
I kept saying like she feels like the low rent Naomi Watts in this movie. Like I could see Naomi Watts if it was like earlier in her career, being in this
She's
movie or
no
something.
Naomi.
I know she isn't, but it's just
Anyway,
whatever.
I'm
She
sorry.
ruins everything,
I feel-
Colin.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
jeez.
she only does these like very like schlocky movies, but you know what? Maybe
Just
there's a
like that
great
last season of
performance-
Dexter.
Maybe there's a great performance out there somewhere
Well, hey,
by her.
well now we're inside Nighy's castle, Bill Nighy, and she's like a scientist, and her scientist partner, they're trying a reanimating experiment.
They're reanimating
they're-
a rat.
a dead rat, which is so funny. This is almost
very
it's
CG.
almost my favorite thing because there's a scene later which made me really like laugh hard. So they're reanimating a dead rat, and then you don't know that it's Bill Nighy, but you kind of know because he kind of sits down. He's in the observatory. He's all in shadow, and he's drinking tea. And then they do their thing with the electricity, and then the rat comes to life and it's breathing. And then you just see they're like, oh, it's alive. And then Bill Nighy kind of pokes his head out from the shadows really slowly. and
yeah,
then
it's a funny shot.
it's really funny, but you hear this like creaking leather as he like leans forward. It's like,
That was the chair, I am assuming.
or his skin, I think, because he's very leathery. And I gotta say right off the bat, Bill Nighy is my favorite thing of this movie. sorry, everybody, that I stole your favorite thing.
No, I have a different favorite
The
thing.
only good.
Really?
I forgot
Yes.
to pick a favorite thing, so I'm just gonna have to come up with it while we.
I
talk
have
about the
it.
movie.
Your favorite thing can be Yvonne Strahovski.
Yvonne Strahovski and her wonderful, very dark eyebrows, which is in very contrast to her white blonde
Now
hair.
you're making fun of her eyebrows.
Yeah,
This
now
is
you're
where-
just,
this is
you're
what
just
we're coming
picking
to.
on her physically, April. Not
Good
cool.
Lord.
No, I do have a favorite thing, and I won't talk about it yet.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
get to it.
Bill Nye, I think he classes everything up, and he's always, I think, the best thing in everything. He was in the Underworld movies, playing pretty much the same role, I think.
He was the king of the vampires.
Yeah, and now here's like
that's so funny that the same writer was just like, just get him back. He can play the same character.
exactly. He probably has fun, doing this sort of
He's
stuff.
chewing the scenery.
He's great, and Miranda Otto.
Yeah,
is,
I mean-
she's the queen of the gargoyles, and you can't say all this exposition and not have it sound ridiculous, but they have a way of just saying it that makes it.
She was kind of classing it up, but her performance was funny because it was almost like she was either trying too hard or she was saying it too seriously, or like I think she knows what movie she's in.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Everyone in this movie is playing it so straight.
Not
and
Bill
so
Nighy though.
serious.
I think Bill Nighy knows what movie he's in.
He has a little bit of fun, but even he is
Yeah.
playing it straight. And I think that's the movie's fault, is like it's so just deadpan and
It's too
dull
serious.
and serious.
This
and
is
has-
a movie about Frankenstein helping in a demon gargoyle war. It should not be this serious.
It's always a war between two factions, and it's like
been going on for
it's an
centuries.
underground war that the humans don't know about.
It's like, then why should
But
I
why
care
wasn't
about
it like Invisible Men and, I don't know, Creatures from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah,
that would
see,
be pretty cool.
Was this movie any kind of trying to get a dark universe going?
Yes,
I know it
because
was
remember
no,
Dracula Untold came out as well.
No. Well, this wasn't a Dark Universe movie. So
No, it was
what-
not a Dark Universe movie.
They were trying to start a franchise, but you look at the Underworld movies, and how many of them are there? Like 6?
Yeah.
Five,
But
six.
are you saying that this came out after Dracula Untold?
Actually,
No.
I
It's
don't
got
think,
nothing to
I
do
don't
with
think
that.
it did.
Dracula Untold came out the same year, and they actually weren't
God.
from the same studios.
Oh, so
yeah.
it wasn't like a trying
No.
to get a Monster Mash thing.
No.
going.
This is the same producers that did Underworld. So they're just trying to get a franchise going
Mm-hmm.
using free characters that they don't have to pay anything for.
Frankenstein 2. The Frank is back.
Exactly.
Frank's back. Okay, I have one question.
Yes.
What was the first use of I something? Was it I Claudius?
I Robot. No, I don't know.
I Claudius,
Claudius,
was
I guess,
first.
yeah.
That's Shakespeare, right?
Right.
Is it?
No, I
All I-
Claudius
all I-
is not Shakespeare. It's a novel.
Yeah.
Is it not
But
Shakespeare?
It's not Shakespeare. No.
I thought it was Shakespeare because I know Patrick Stewart was in it.
No, it's a novel written by Robert Graves that was
April.
published in 1934.
You're thinking of The Next Generation.
1934.
You're thinking of Picard,
So-
the show currently available on the ABC streaming service.
So it was I Claudius, then I Robot, then I Frankenstein.
I feel you could probably
And no
trace it a
other
little bit further
examples.
back than that. But
Well, I'm not doing research right now.
I feel it goes back to the caveman when they first learned to speak.
me,
I, somebody. And then in France at this exact same time, somebody was going, moi, Frankenstein.
But the thing is, it's
you
not.
guys love that Moi Frankenstein.
If you
amazing.
saw it, you would lie. I'm probably not because you speak French. But
I just
it
want to
was-
watch the dubbed version now.
Round 3, right, guys?
The thing is, I blah 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 is not something anyone ever says anymore. So having it in this movie, having it be the title of the movie, is very outdated and ridiculous.
What
and
difference?
silly.
Why is it called I Frankenstein? It has nothing to do with the Frankensteininess.
Yeah,
I know.
just so he can say the line at the end.
Exactly.
I.
Who are you?
Not I am
I,
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
I Frankenstein.
What do you say
No.
things like, I, my
No,
father's son?
Okay, you would say,
I,
yeah. You would
Frankenstein.
say it if I was going to say, April, on the other hand, do like this movie. So maybe it could
You'd be
work
saying
out.
that to people that don't know who you are, though.
Yeah,
April.
Exactly. Nobody talks like that.
I mean, April, when she's not doing the
Anyway.
podcast, always talks in the third person. So calling yourself I wouldn't really be, part of your.
April's getting
April
upset.
loves I Frankenstein.
I'm just looking at my notes, and I always sort of like build them in like scene form, and then I have like a sort of bolded scene title with underline, and every one of them is Nihis Castle, Cathedral, Castle, Cathedral, Castle.
There's only 3
Cathedral.
places.
Have you guys looked at the Wikipedia? It was clearly the plot synopsis written by the screenwriter.
Oh, really?
It's like, in the attack, many demons are slain, and 16 gargoyles, including Ophir and Keziah, are ascended.
But yeah, there's a bunch of like battles that we can't really get into the details on because they're so boring. Let's just stick to the major, because I don't want to talk about like nameless gargoyles that die, because all we care about is Jai Courtney, Gideon, and Miranda Otto, who's the queen of the gargoyles,
And Bill Nighy, come on.
Oh yeah, I was talking just about the gargoyles.
Okay.
But
yeah. So anyway, but we get back to the reanimating. So they reanimate the rat, and it's really funny. Bill Nighy's kind of like, how long will it take to reanimate a human? But he's poking, and the rat is just like this animatronic. It's really funny. It's got like the kind of Y incision on his chest, and it's kind of a lot larger than a regular rat. And he's poking at it just to like, it's like an actor thing. How long will it take to reanimate a human? He's not going poke, poke, poke. And they have this like Foley. It's like
poor rat.
puppet.
It wasn't real. Are you sure it wasn't real?
No, it was real, April. Why are we talking in like a faint whisper all of a sudden? Was the rat real?
I'm upset if it was real, because obviously it was not.
So then we go back to the cathedral. They've taken Adam. They've brought him back to the cathedral, and they're like, "You're too dangerous. You started
You're a loose cannon.
You're a loose cannon."
Yeah. Give us
that's
your
right.
badge, Frankenstein.
Yeah, that should have been Miranda Otto.
That is basically what happens, except it's this like very verbose language with British accents.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Yeah, you're out of control, Frankenstein." And he's like, and then they shackle him, and they're like, "We're gonna keep you here." And then
Oh my God, we are only 15 minutes into this movie.
no, that's not
Yes.
possible.
Yeah,
Because when he gets shackled is really early on.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, yeah, you're right, because I remember when this battle happens, I'm like, this is like the battle at the end of the movie, and it's 30 minutes
it's
in.
really big.
So, yeah,
So there's a big like fight
the
in
demons
there.
like storm the cathedral.
Yeah,
They
and
steal.
then he of course is like, I'm
Unshackle
chained."
me.
Yeah.
So a bunch of the gargoyles are killed. Miranda Otto is kidnapped. They're all after Frankenstein's journal, which what's his?
They
Aaron
also
Eckhart-
seem to want Frankenstein so they can study him.
Yeah, so
It's
they want
because
the journal.
Bill Nighy wants to make an army of Franken people.
Yeah, so this is like right out of. It feels like it's right out of Van Helsing.
And Blade 3.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Is
So
that what
probably-
Dominic Purcell wants? He wants a bunch of Dracula children?
Draculia?
Yes.
I don't know.
But basically they're like, demons can't live in anything with soul. So
Yeah.
and hell is full of millions of demons who want to occupy a new body. So they have these corpses in these, what would you call it?
I don't know. So basically,
Racks.
yeah.
Pods.
Bill Nighy in the movie says he's been like storing dead human bodies for like
Yeah,
centuries or something.
They would be
He's like
skeletons.
thousands and thousands of
Yes.
dead human bodies in kind of racks above this bottomless pit.
And they all have a dial on them
We
that
bought them
says
from Van Helsing. He had a bunch of
what
them.
percentage they are animated.
Yeah, they all have these like digital like screens on their chest.
There's like millions of them in this
so
endless,
funny.
bottomless
Yeah.
cavern.
This is the sunk cost fallacy. Bill Nye's like, oh, I bought them all, so I got to do something with them.
But we were
get my money
laughing
back.
because it's like, as they're getting reanimated later in the movie, the screen says, reanimation,
Like 90%.
50%, 60%. And then we got
they all have
thinking
that.
like, wow, like they had to manufacture these screens.
Not only that, who's that for? They don't have enough scientists to monitor all
Well,
those.
there's
They
nobody.
seemingly have 2 scientists.
It's just
Yeah,
a
how do the
bottomless
scientists
pit.
get high up to like look at the screens?
yeah.
This pit goes down for like, kilometers. And
Does
so
Bill
it's
Nye
like,
say what he wants to do with all these Franken people?
it's just an army. So basically he wants
Take over the
all
world.
the slain demons are going to take over these corpses. And
Well,
I
like
guess become whole
Frankenstein
again.
says, like this could be the end of humanity as we know it.
Everybody
so I
says
think that
that.
they're gonna.
And then they're like,
destroy-
humanity? What humanity? There's like nobody in this movie.
Yeah.
I saw one human in this movie. It was in the background of a scene that I thought was actually sneaking up on Frankenstein's monster, Adam. And then this shot just ends. I'm like, oh, that was just a random out of focus person in the back.
There's a scene where they're on the
Nothing.
subway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the club scene, which lasts like 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He doesn't even stay in the club. Like he just like walks through it or something.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to my favorite thing, which is going to be Miranda Otto gargoyle thing. She looks different than all the other gargoyles. Let's take a second to talk about gargoyles.
Wait, in her gargoyle form?
Yes.
Oh, Gargoyles. Love that Disney Channel show.
Yeah.
Great.
I used to watch Gargoyles a lot. I can't for the life of me remember any of the plot.
It was very serialized.
Yes, and it starred so many stars of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Was it, was Keith David in it?
Yes, and Riker and Data and Worf were all, and Deanna Troi all did voices.
Data?
Yes, and it was a really, really good show. And I can't help but feel this has taken some stuff from it, right?
I don't know.
Goliath.
not
was
really.
Keith David. Anyway, well, I don't remember.
I remember when that show came out, but I just never watched it. And I
It's
think
on
this-
Disney Plus. I as soon as we got Disney Plus, I was like, I'm gonna watch Gargoyles, and I never did.
Was Keith David, like, the
think
main
that
gargoyle character?
Colin was probably a little bit too old for Gargoyles when it came out.
At that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, please, I have 7 children.
Anyway, all the
What are you,
gargoyles,
Total Recall? You're like, I got 7 children to feed.
all the gargoyles in this movie look exactly the same.
They
They're
look
just
like
this
shit.
duplicated skin.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
video
know.
game-esque. They look like Goliath from the cartoon, but
They do
a
kinda,
very,
yeah.
very crappy
This
CGI
entire
version.
movie feels like a boring cutscene from a bargain bin PlayStation game.
It does. I would say that the
Yeah.
CG is not that bad. In rewatching it,
Some of it's okay.
Some of it's okay. I think most of it is okay. It had a decent budget. I think the movie at least kind of looks slick. The production design is fine. Shot well enough. I mean, the fight scenes are shot well enough. I've seen worse.
Definitely seen worse. It's not like shaky cammed to death.
Yeah,
You know.
you know what I
Holding
mean?
in a
That kind of
yawn.
pre-biz look.
But it's just like there's nothing, for some reason, just nothing interesting about it.
But remember what Miranda Otto looked like as a gargoyle?
When she gets
Oh.
angry, and
She
then-
was the only one who's like pure white, and she kind of looks like a cat person.
Yeah, she does.
She looks unlike any of the other gargoyles, and she looks weird and out of place. And it was interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting visually to look at compared to everything else.
Sure.
You're selling me, April. You're selling me. All right, maybe I'll give this movie a second chance.
Maybe I'll get this movie a third
reaching
chance.
a little bit.
So here we go. Okay, so yeah, it's just a game of like hide and seek with this goddamn like Frankenstein's journal.
Yeah, Frankenstein keeps taking a dump, and then when he comes out of the bathroom, a gargoyle picks him up.
Yeah, and then he like shoots him in the chest.
Jai Courtney doesn't like him. He's got a thing for him.
Yeah, it's just like he gets.
Oh,
the
that'd be cool
journal.
if he had a thing for him. He's like, I want to
Nice.
fuck you, Frankenstein.
Now,
Way
yeah,
more
that's a movie
interesting.
I would watch.
Not even our blonde
Aye,
scientist
Courtney.
wants to fuck him.
Aye, Courtney.
Not Jai Courtney.
I, Courtney. I was
Aye,
just
Courtney.
That's good.
Jai Frankenstein.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least doing like a bigger performance.
He's fine.
Bigger than he is in like Die Hard 5 or whatever the one he's in.
Never saw it. I was telling April, I mean, Jai
Terminator
Courtney, before he
Genesis.
became, the blandman of the
Of the
American movies.
Australia.
I don't know. He was in some decent Australian ones. They had that one, the alligator one. Remember?
Oh,
Justin?
are you confusing Jai Courtney with the other Australian guy? I believe you
Sam
are.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no.
you
Oh my
are.
God, you were wrong.
No.
You were wrong.
Am I
Justin.
thinking
Yep.
of Rogue?
He was wrong.
You're thinking of Rogue and you're thinking of Sam Worthington.
Fuck off. Are you kidding
You've
me?
been Courtney'd.
Oh no.
The joke became real.
Oh no. Oh no. Are you
So, has Jai Courtney ever fought a big crocodile?
Nope.
No, he hasn't.
in real life? Well, he's Australian. He probably has.
Yeah,
Maybe in
Killer
real
Croc
life.
and Suicide
In his
Squad.
backyard.
Yeah, Killer Croc.
Oh my god, I can't believe.
All right. Well, I know.
Oh.
I'm sure he has done good things, but
so
he's
funny.
just so fucking bland.
He's
Wow.
the best part in Suicide Squad, the first
Yeah.
one.
I couldn't bring myself to watch that first Suicide Squad.
And he's fine in Jack Reacher as like the main physical villain.
I don't remember him in that. I just remember
Oh, you
Werner
saw it?
Herzog.
Werner Herzog, eh? And Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main villain.
Jack Reacher. I've lost my eye. I'll
I don't know
let
what
you
you're
fight
talking
my
about.
henchman, Jai Courtney.
Is that Tom
Oh,
Cruise?
oh no, it's Sam Worthington.
Oh no! He was there. You might have seen him in an Australian movie called Rogue and Terminated. Oh shit, that was Sam Worthington.
Wait, wasn't Jai Courtney? Oh, yeah, Jai Courtney, to be very confusing. Sam Worthington was in Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
Jai
Oh,
Courtney was in
right,
Terminator Genesis.
They were both in Terminators. Ugh.
To tell you the truth, I cannot tell them apart.
Yeah.
I'm making a new sequel to Multiplicity. It's Jai Courtney and Sam Worthington. CGI budget much lower.
It's true. Why do they not play brothers? They had to in some like Australian soap opera.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
probably like,
remake of The Long Riders, and it'll be like Jai Courtney,
Neighbours
Sam
or,
Worthington, the Hemsworths.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I can't believe I did
Yvonne Stravosky can be in it because she's from Australia too.
Wait, no, she needs a twin though.
that. No, and then Bill Nye as
Abby
her
Cornish
father.
can play her twin.
Okay.
Bill Nye is I'm your fathers.
Okay, so Sam Worthington dies.
Jai
Jai
Courtney.
Courtney.
This is my
Yeah,
favorite part because Jai Courtney knocks Aaron Eckhart through a building and
Yes.
they fall for so long.
There are so many walls that he gets thrown
Yeah,
through.
it's just wall after wall after wall. As
And
you
Jai
see.
Courtney pulls the classic villain mistake of stabbing himself on Frankenstein's axe.
Yeah, he like jumps on him, it lands on him, and he doesn't realize he's been stabbed, I guess.
Yeah, but like they say earlier in the movie, they're like, us gargoyles can only be killed by beings without souls. And they make such a big deal about Frankenstein not having a soul through the entire movie. And then when this happens, when he falls on his axe, Frankenstein goes, you forgot, I don't have a soul, so I can kill you. It's like, how did you forget that?
I don't know. Yeah, how could he hates him. He hates everything about him. Of course he knows he doesn't have a soul.
It's like the whole,
It was
everybody's
just an
been
excuse.
saying like
it
he
was
doesn't
just
have
an
a soul.
excuse for an Adam one-liner.
I guess.
Which didn't even
Those
really
classic
work.
Frankie oneers.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's it. Which, by the way, could have used way more of in this movie.
I would
He
love
barely-
if Miranda Otto
What should his
was like,
tagline be? It's like, you're in for a shocking experience. Get it? Because it's struck by lightning?
I would love if Miranda Otto, when she was like naming him, your creator didn't give you a name, but I will. Frankie.
Yeah. How about Frank?
This movie is like missing like new metal guitars.
That's what we were saying.
I
Yeah.
said that in particular. There's only score in this.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
like
lame.
it sucks.
It's
and I'm
too
not
late.
saying-
Like if this was made in like 2003, there'd be like flash frames and fast forward.
Oh yeah.
It's true. I mean, it's not. It's way past new metal.
And
But
it- yeah,
give
but
me
it's-
some chunky
Give me some
guitars.
goth rock or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
it's
bit of
only-
Evanescence.
Yeah.
It's
dog.
only when the end credits start when you get the like a
There's one song in the end credits, and like that's it. It's like. It just makes it again too serious. I'm not having fun.
Yeah,
they had that shit in Underworld. You can better believe it.
Yeah, but the funny part is the score. It's more I call it like angel rock because it's like chunky guitar, but like
Yeah.
God loves you as long as you're not gay.
Yeah, but like it's not even as good as you're making it sound.
There's a lot of like with like Aaron Eckhart like walking in slow mo with like
Yeah, it sounds like the yawns everybody watching the movie is doing.
I have no idea what happens next. Another battle, and
then we've got so then they all attack. So then so the gargoyles are so stupid. They don't even realize that the castle in the middle of the fucking city is Bill Nighy's castle, and so like Frankenstein is like, all right,
where did they think he was?
I don't know. So then
maybe he's in the other You're Frankenstein's in another castle.
Yeah, exactly. So like Adam is like leading them back to Bill Nighy's castle. He knows they're following him and he's looking up above. And then he gets to the castle, and then it's like the Matrix Burly Brawl in like Matrix 2.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's surrounded by all the demons, but they're all in like suits and stuff like that. And he's doing his own Burly Brawl. And then Miranda Otto and all the gargoyles show up on the rooftops and like, this is it. This is the place he was leading us to. And it's like, you've fucking seen it like throughout the entire goddamn movie.
Yeah, and again, where else would it be? It's a big, ugly, scary castle.
There's two locations in this whole city.
They all have a castle. I don't. There's too many castles. And then his lab is underneath.
There's only two, April. There's only two castles.
I guess apparently there are only two. But again, we were so confused about where this was supposed to be, and there's all these sprawling like drone like shots like going up and down and around the castle. Ooh, it's supposed to look really interesting, and I mean I guess it looks okay for a CGI shot, but after a while it just gets really
bite your tongue.
It's boring.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. And
April just dissing Colin.
Oof.
Looks
No,
pretty
I
good
meant
for a CGI
I thought
shot.
I was
Mic drop.
complimenting it.
Well, there is some good. Like, I'm not going to slam the CGI. Like the character work. Okay,
it's
whatever.
fine. It's just the design is bad.
The environment work. Okay, like character work aside, I would say just the environments like are fine. And there's some good stuff at the end when the castle is like being destroyed and stuff.
Colin's about to reveal he's like, I worked on I Frankenstein.
No, I didn't.
This definitely feels like something you'd have a job on.
It's too good. It's too good.
Well, we
I
haven't
gotta be honest, I'd rather watch Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter than I Frankenstein.
Yeah, I think so
I disagree.
too.
I
think
had
so.
such a hard time getting through Abraham Lincoln.
Compared to this?
Yeah, there was something about the tone of that really I didn't jive with me.
But like
Didn't Jai Courtney with you?
I can think of scenes that happened in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Like I Frankenstein, I'm like, I don't know, he just kind of walks through the same city. And
Yeah, it's just back and forth
It's
and
bland.
back and forth.
We haven't talked about the demons yet and what they look like when they demon out.
They looked
okay.
You know what they look like? They look like Ivan Ooze if he wasn't purple.
They did look like. Wait, how are you referencing Ivan Ooze? That is way past your time, Colin.
He's
I
seen
know what
an
Ivan Ooze
Ooze.
looks like because whatever.
I thought they looked like the aliens in Captain Marvel. If
Yeah,
anyone has
the
seen that.
Skrulls.
or whatever.
Now, what's the actor who played the main
Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben
Yeah,
Mendelsohn, that's right.
Speaking of Australians,
I
that's
know,
a
he
true
could have been in
Australian,
this.
mate.
They really do look like that.
They do, yeah.
Not quite as good, obviously, but this was like 10 years earlier, or, not quite 10
More
years
than
earlier.
that, yeah.
No, 2014. So.
Yeah, I think like we say, the effects are fine. It's just so boring.
It's just the story. It's very unengaging, and there's nothing happening, whatever like that. Everything looks fine.
I mean, there's a moment where he brings his girlfriend scientist up to his lair, and they like talk.
But he goes
And
like,
it's so boring.
He goes, "Would it help you if you examine me?"
Yeah, and
then
we
he,
see him without
he like
his
takes
shirt
his shirt off, and he is
on.
fucking ripped to shit.
Yeah, and I was
Internet
so
cards like I've been
gratuitous.
working on this for 10 years.
Little
been
something
working.
for the ladies.
Just take me up. Do you want to examine me? And she's like, "No, it's fine. I got all I need in the journal."
Look.
She's
He's
not
like,
attracted
"No, but
to him.
The doctor gave me a micro penis as a joke.
They have absolutely no chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Frankenstein is all the chemistry you need.
Yeah, he has no. Jesus
within
Christ.
his other body parts.
Yeah, that's right.
There is a really funny scene at the very end where, so basically like Bill Nye, he gets, they get the journal back. They're resurrecting all of these corpses, thousands of corpses. And then he gets in a big fight. Bill Nighy turns into his big demon form.
And so he's like an
I was kind of shocked that it may have actually been Bill Nighy in this like full body prosthetic.
At least one shot it was. It looked like him.
It looked like him, yeah. And he was like fighting Frankenstein, but it's really funny. So Frankenstein, the demons are like, he's fighting Bill Nighy, and then a demon soul is like possessing him at the same time, and he's floating up in the air. And I was laughing so hard.
Well, when Aaron Eckhart was like, it's very funny.
And like shaking, and then they cut away to another scene.
They cut away and they cut back to it, and he's like, "Oh,
it's still happening."
It hurts, but it's a good kind of hurt. I like it.
Yeah, it didn't. It sounded like he was enjoying it, and
Yeah.
that's what was very.
and
funny.
it kind of like he's floating up in the air.
What kind
but
of
it's
hog do you think is on Frankenstein?
Well, you just said micro penis.
looks like
definitely he has one going down to his knees.
Yeah, it looks like the way he's floating in the air and his crotch is bent down in front of Bill Nighy from the shot where he's going, oh! It looks like he's getting oral sex from Bill Nighy. I'm just saying.
I like how Colin thought about the word he should use. He's like, oral sex.
I'm just thinking of like
Oral pleasure,
nice
Colin.
I'm thinking of
Say
April's
it.
parents listening to this. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, guys. We are smooth like Ken dolls. All three of us.
it looked like he was giving him some blow sex. So
And how do they defeat Bill Nighy? Well,
it's like
I mean, the symbol.
Bill Nighy is like, oh yeah, like the soul's possessed Frankenstein, and then it turns out that the soul didn't or the demon didn't because Frankenstein has developed a soul throughout the movie, and he's like, fuck you.
Whoa! I bet you didn't see that coming.
And he cuts the symbol into like Bill Nighy's chest, and he blows up. And the explosion of Bill Nighy, being
very
descended,
big.
destroys the entire kind of corpse rack thing that goes down like a mile or whatever, and blows up the entire house.
I don't know
managed
why
to
these
stop
are all
it.
connected, but the movie's over, so this is all going.
Like they stopped it before they got to 100% reanimated.
Yeah.
So good
I like
job,
how they
guys.
come alive just long enough to scream before they explode.
Yeah, there was one that actually said reanimating 100%, and it went green, and then the guy's head went, "Rrr," and then one of the gargoyles came up behind him and like killed him immediately. It's like, oh. So yeah, there's some nice destruction effects. His castle's
The
falling
castle
apart.
falling looked okay.
Yeah, it's like whatever. It's like a $65 million budget for this movie. It looked, whatever. It looked
That's
its
so
budget.
much money.
I know
on
it is a
this.
lot. I know. When you think about it. Well, they probably, what the producers are probably thinking. They're like, Underworld, that started a 6-movie franchise.
Let's spend a little more money.
Underworld was like really cheap though.
Yeah.
But they didn't have like things like castles falling. Do you imagine how worse this would have looked on a lesser budget?
I mean, it
I'm
would have still
glad
been
it
as
had-
boring.
Yeah.
Underworld cost $22 million.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a lot earlier though, as you said, it was 10 years earlier.
But the thing is, like, you don't need all these.
No, you
exteriors.
don't.
It's like
You're
you're
right.
You're compensating
You're
with the
absolutely right.
effects. So
Yeah.
it's like you have no story. Everything is boring. So what do you do? It's like, all right, let's have CG gargoyles fighting CG stuff outside of a CG castle or whatever.
I was shocked though that I Frankenstein wasn't a massive flop. It made $76.8 million.
Are you kidding me? Is that worldwide?
I believe that's worldwide. Yes.
I think it was the name. People see that, they laugh. Let's watch a Frankenstein superhero movie, and that's kind of what they got.
Yeah. I don't know.
The screenwriter said that he wanted the next movie to be an Underworld and I Frankenstein crossover movie.
Oh, well, you should have set that up in this movie.
Yeah, they didn't. How could they do that? Bill Nighy's in both of them.
In an early draft of the screen, suspend your belief. Like,
Please.
died
He
in-
would be
he died in
amazing. That
both-
would be amazing.
He
Dueling
died in
Bill
both of them
Nighy's
anyway.
on the head of the vampires.
it's his brother.
the
Kate Beckinsale was
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to
that'd
make
be amazing.
a post-credit cameo appearance.
Oh.
She was supposed to.
Yes.
She should have.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
the only
like,
thing.
hello, remember my character from Underworld? No.
Is
She's
this the
British,
dialogue
right?
you want me to read?
She's British. She's not Australian.
Kate, don't
right?
read that part.
All I remember about Bill Nighy's destruction in Underworld is he gets his head sliced in half, like on a diagonal, but he doesn't realize it at first.
Of
and
course,
he's like,
they never
he
do.
smiles, and then Kate Beckinsale lifts up her sword, and it's covered in blood, and he's like,
Oh no!
and then his head splits apart. It's a classic move.
A classic move.
Oh my
But
god!
isn't he-
Wait, guys, I'm reading Wikipedia here, and this was so clearly written by someone on the production. In the production section, it's written, "The film created over 500 jobs for cast and crew."
It's just like we have to justify our work on this.
That's so funny.
Well, that's great to know.
So when you slam it on your podcast, you keep in mind that
Yeah, this get people in their homes.
I'm sure that they were
you're
treated
making fun of
great,
these
too.
people's bank accounts and homes.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, so it wraps
this-
up with him going, "I Frank,"
yeah.
and I said,
He
as soon as
says,
it
"I
started, I go to
Frankenstein."
April, like, I bet he's going to say that in the movie.
We could almost like say what lines he was going to say before
Yeah.
he said them. It was very predictable.
But I
Yeah,
did-
and we all jumped to our feet. We're like, yeah.
I did.
Frankenstein. He
I
said
did.
the thing.
I get a good laugh at the end, and the end credits. It was like, "Special thanks, Mary,
Mary
Shelley." Like, yeah, I bet she's like high fiving her.
Yeah, she's
family.
rolling in her grave.
She's
It
like,
should have had more metal music in it.
"Oh,
Yeah.
don't thank me, you bastards. More new metal."
I have actually read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It was assigned to me when I was in grade 7. Not that bad. Pretty good. It's
Wait,
not
did you read the
scary.
novelization of the Kenneth Branagh movie?
By Alan Dean
wish.
Foster.
I
The
wish.
original. Okay, well, one thing I will say about this movie, it made me want to watch the Kenneth Branagh version. I've only seen like a big chunk in the middle of that. I watched it on TV one night.
It didn't make you want to watch the Max Landis one, Victor Frankenstein?
Victor
that came out the next-
Frankenstein? No. Even though I like James McAvoy, that looks stupid. So, no.
I think I watched like the first 15 minutes of that, and I had to turn it off.
That movie
Kenneth-
looks too blue.
Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein is really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I love Kenneth Branagh. His movies are funny, and he's great. I mean, he did Hamlet. It's a really good movie. And some other things, I'm sure, that I
He directed
Artemis
Thor.
Fowl.
Artemis Fowl and Thor. Oh dear.
Anyway, I don't watch this movie. It was a complete waste of time. I remember liking it, though. So what were we on? Maybe I was stoned. I have no idea.
Don't know.
I don't remember. I think you'll know if we like it or not. But I mean, if you want to watch something like this, watch Queen of the Damned. Watch even Van Helsing.
Watch
is
Van
better
Helsing
than,
in
it's better
two
than
cities.
this.
When are we finally going to do Queen of the Damned for this podcast,
Yeah,
April?
what the hell?
No, it might be too good, you guys.
I know, you don't want to do it. Last time she was like, I don't know if we'll have enough to talk about. And I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
Oh, I think we
that's the
will.
reason.
After this movie, I think we will.
I clearly didn't pick it, so it's if you guys want to pick it, it is. I'll talk about that movie, of course.
I'm just like dreading what Justin's going to pick for the next movie.
Well, we'll have to wait and
Compared to
find
I,
out.
Frankenstein.
It can't be worse. It can't be worse.
This would be all Frankenstein. What was
yeah,
that
I
Roger
found an
Corman?
all Frankenstein month, and
What
I
was
was
the
like,
Roger
no, I don't
Corman
wanna
one
do that.
with oh god, Frankenstein 2000 or something? No, what was it?
Dracula 2000?
No, it was a Roger Corman produced movie.
Oh, Frankenstein Unbound. That movie
Yes,
is
yes.
very boring as well.
Yeah. Wasn't what's his
bad.
name in that from Alien? John Hurt.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a time traveler.
I remember it starts out in the future and it has a really
Yeah.
bad futuristic car.
And he travels back in time
Yeah,
and meets
that's right.
Victor Frankenstein.
Okay, that's it. So all October is going to be all Frankenstein.
Nope.
All the
it will not.
Okay.
Wait, I'm looking here to see what my picks have been, and they have all been gold. Rock and Roll Nightmare,
Not Dino City.
Adventures in Dinosaur City, so good compared to I Frankenstein.
I'd rather watch I Frankenstein.
You're crazy.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Whatever.
It's just my opinion.
April is Yvonne, whatever her name is, in Adventures in Dinosaur City.
I feel like I Frankenstein. It's something that you put on the background if you're like washing dishes or making dinner.
Yeah.
But you have the
Background
audio. You have
movie.
the audio all the way down.
Yeah. Anyway, it's available on iTunes if you want to rent it.
What a sales pitch.
Nowhere else. Yeah, obviously wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to email the podcast, we're at no such thing as a bad movie at gmail.com. We're on Twitter at no such thing pod. And we're on Patreon, patreon.com/no such thing as a bad movie. If you're subscribed on the $5 level, you get a bonus episode every 2 weeks. And we just recorded one on a new movie. We usually do new movies on the Patreon. Candyman. Don't say it 3 times. Who knows? Actually, I think it's 5 times. Who knows what might
Say
happen?
it 3 times, maybe even a 4th time. Just don't say it the 5th time.
That's right.
Or don't play the Sammy Davis Jr. song.
The Candyman.
Candyman.
He can.
You might while you're looking into a mirror.
That's
Or the
right.
Aqua song, Candyman.
Yeah. Yeah. I am the Candyman.
Come in from Bounty Land.
And if you want to tweet at me or find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, not Facebook, Instagram or Twitter, I'm at April Atmansky.
You can follow me on Twitter at DeClueJ. Listen to me on the Important Cinema Club. Follow me on Letterboxd at Justin DeClue. And also buy Blu-rays from me at Gold Ninja Video. I actually scanned a film. What? And you can buy it now. Thrilling Bloody Sword.
And if you've seen the clips of this that you have tweeted, it looks like a riot. It looks like a really fun movie.
Oh, it is. Definitely. Definitely a Monster Mush film, as we've discussed.
Oh.
Monster Mush?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I like it.
That's the Monster Mash, but when they're all mushed together. So, you know.
They're kind of not
Like
fully
Spookies is a
formed.
Monster Mush movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Sergeant Zima, SGTZIMA, and whatever, Instagram, Sergeant Zim.
And it's officially October, so October. Get ready for some an all horror month. Maybe might even go into November. An all Frankenstein all
Not
the
an all
time.
Frankenstein month.
All the time.
We could probably do the
podcast.
next 6 years of Octobers just doing all Frankenstein
But they're
movies.
all bad, except for maybe the Kenneth Branagh one.
The Kenneth Branagh movie is so bad.
It's so terrible.
It's
Oh, okay, I'll
famously
report back.
bad.
I'll report back.
It's hilarious. Well, he airbrushed his abs, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, he did. And the scene where he's like shirtless and
Before the days of CG.
Yeah, the
Like
resurrection
Casper
scene.
Van Dien in a Frankenstein movie. Am I?
Starship Troopers 4, Frankenstein.
Oh, no, because I'm thinking of Marcus Nispel directed a Frankenstein movie. Top billed Parker Posey.
What?
Huh.
Yep.
Marcus Nispel, who directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre and
Yep.
Friday the
Executive
13th?
produced by Martin Scorsese, a TV adaptation. Oh, no. That's a different one. Sorry. 2004's Frankenstein, directed by Robin Hood's Kevin Connor,
Oh my God.
William
Jesus
Hurt,
Christ.
Julie Delpy, Donald Sutherland,
Jesus Christ. Well, you
and
know what
Luke
it's-
Goss, I assume, playing Dracula.
What was the one with Sting? The Bride?
I don't know.
Do you remember that? It was from the 80s. It was starring Sting. It was like,
The
gonna
Bride
search
of Frankenstein.
Sting,
yeah, but it was called The
Frankenstein.
Bride. And I think
Yep,
Sting was
1985, The Bride.
like, who directed it?
Frank Rodham, not someone I'm familiar with.
I think Sting played
Oh, he did
Dr.
Quadrophenia.
Oh, shit. Okay. So Sting, I think, played Dr. Frankenstein in that. I think.
Well, tune in for that.
No,
Right,
no
we're-
Frankensteins.
No.
Oh,
That's
Clancy
it.
Brown plays the monster in the.
No shit.
Well, now that is a guy who was born to play Frankenstein.
I remember he got
He could have played a better Two-Face.
Oh yeah, you know what? Clancy Brown would have been a great Two-Face.
Yeah, because he can do the scary.
He's got the voice. at
But
least.
exactly, but he can talk very, very calmly as well too, and nice. He could have been the perfect Harvey Dent.
You know who would be a good Two-Face?
Who?
Terrifying one? Michael Shannon.
Yeah, though I don't know if he could play nice.
He can play nice. Have you seen
Haven't you seen
Pottersville?
which one did we watch? Pottersville.
Pottersville? He can play nice.
Okay.
I'm not gonna murder these people.
All right, it's time to go now.
April's closing the drapes.
The podcast is done. Happy Halloween. Not yet, but
Not
it's
yet.
coming up. Happy fall.
October.
Happy Falloween. I'm April Admansky.
I'm Justin the Glue.
And I'm Colin Cunningham.
Ah, we
Colin
forgot our
Candyman
spooky name.
Cunningham.
Next time I'll come up with one. There's no such thing as a bad movie.
Oh!